Well, I've seen firsthand how the real world can make a difference. Nikki's my student. She's been in my life skills class for a couple of years now. She thought she knew it all, and I was scared to death about her becoming an adult at 18. She was clueless, and she had no idea what she was in for. The real world was a chance to show her, in a playful way, what all she still needs to learn. I worked with 2 other organizations to plan this event, and it took about 6 months. My job was to be the youth coordinator, so I helped the young people get prepared for it. What helped me was using the Real World Toolkit. You'll learn how to use it later in the other modules. The toolkit makes it easy to plan because it uses an interactive timeline that keeps you on track. Believe me, it's a big help.
You guys have any questions?
The toolkit was full of the materials I needed to prepare the youths for this event, like getting them a job and deciding how much money they'll make based on their educational level. It also helped the other 2 agencies in their roles as community volunteers and materials coordinators. We worked hard to pull this event together, but we did it for next to nothing. Sure, we could have spent thousands of dollars on it, but we got so much of our community involved that we hardly had to pay for a thing. The bottom line is that together, we created an event where the young people learned that they are the ones who make the decisions about what to spend their money on, and that these decisions impact their lives. I love my job, and I like to think I'm good at it, but I'm not exaggerating when I say that this one event, literally, has more impact than a whole year of life skills classes.
Miss Harris is right. I won't lie to you. I was scared, but after that day, I knew I had to face the real world.
So now Nikki helps coordinate these events. She's been a big help with the business people, recruiting and getting their materials.
But I also get to work with the kids.
See, when you help plan the event, you get to choose what age group you want to work with, and each group has a different focus.
I work with the 13 to 15-year-olds.
And with that age group, you don't spend so much time on jobs because they're not old enough to work yet. You focus more on education and career development. Let me show you how this works with the interactive timeline. First, you'll select the targeted age group. When you do that, you'll have the option to choose one of 3 groups, just like you see here. Once you pick your age group, the rest of the timeline will follow the focus for that group. Each task on the timeline has documents that you can customize for your local area. You'll also receive notifications of upcoming deadlines. And along the way, you'll be quizzed to be sure the information is correct. In addition to the timeline, there are 3 modules to this program. They're named after the 3 transition principles that we use to move young people toward self-sufficiency: preparation, management, and follow-up. Preparation will take you through an online demo of a real world so you know what the youth will experience. It's really eye-opening. You'll also get everything you need to prepare your young people and volunteers for the exhibit portion. Then, the management module specifically deals with the skills you need to put a real-world event together, including coordinating the exhibits that represent all the areas of life where adults spend money. You know, things like phones, housing, cars, and so on. And finally, the follow-up module is about the activities that happen after the exhibit portion to maximize learning and about planning post-event goals and activities. It's also about follow-up work with the community volunteers and businesses.
Yeah, that follow-up is important. That's where you really learn how to do things right. I'm talking about all those things you screwed up in the real world event. Oh yeah, I still go to the events, even though I plan them. I go through with my age group, and I'll tell you why. Because the more I practice this stuff, the better I get. So please, please learn how to plan a real world, okay? Because we all need it, and it really makes a difference.